Hello everyone, welcome back to Daylight and Daisies. I have some really cool updates for you. For those of you who watched the video on repotting this pink Bambino Alocasia, it just launched out a new leaf and I'm so excited to say it is healthy and we haven't even lost one leaf as of the repotting video. So if you want to go and check out what we did to make this really successful and set this up so that it pretty much stays watered all the time, then go back and use the link in the description to see this beautiful repotting video. It is so pretty. It's put out this new leaf since then. It's put out this new leaf since then, and it has not even dropped one. So I was kind of expecting it to at least drop one leaf. I thought it was going to drop this one in the beginning, but no, it is not. The only thing I've noticed is one of the older leaves, it still has a little bit of damage on the end, but this was happening, and reason why we repotted it because it was a little crispy here. It wasn't getting watered consistently, but it did not drop any leaves. So really happy with the success of this. The other one that we did, and it did drop one leaf, it dropped its original leaf, which was expected, was this beautiful Monstera. This has put out this new leaf since then, and it's just going strong and doing really well in its repot. So well. Also, something doing really well is back here. So let me see if I can get this. I hate moving pots when I'm one-handed, but there we go. So this it's an Ansonii. It is doing so well. The variegated version is actually doing better than my regular version that I did not repot, and as a result, the regular version that is still in soil from the greenhouse is lost leaves and it's still like struggling, and this one is just going strong. It's getting bigger. It hasn't put out a new leaf yet, but it's taking to its environment really well, and I think it looks terrific. So I'm still watching it. The little Alocasia that came out of the prop box is doing really good in its self-watering pot. It did get a little bit overwatered, but for the amount of white on these leaves, I'm not really sure that they're not going to do this. It kind of expired out of the tips of the leaves, and then I saw it change color just a bit in the last couple of days. It also got very cold in here, and I took the humidifier off of it. I had a humidity dome on it because it was so young and so little, and I thought, well, let's put a humidity dome on it and then slowly acclimate it out. But I did notice that once I took the humidity dome off, the little bit of the tips started to brown a little bit. But it is pushing out a new leaf, and that's kind of to be expected on these little ones. They don't, until they really establish, they kind of do drop leaves. But I think overall it's doing really well because it was a tiny little one. We put it in self-watering. It's not in anything special just now. It is getting some nutrients, but not a lot. I'm probably going to do the same setup as I have here with the Bambino because this worked out so well, and it will give it a little more nutrition, but it still has to establish its roots. So I'm going to keep watching and see how it does with this little one. The one that's doing really good though is this Anthurium vitiforum. This is pushing out leaves like crazy since I repotted it. It's got a new one coming. Then the Soderoy, which would always just put out a leaf and then die, since I repotted that, it's going nuts. It's got 3 new leaves and it's not dropping any leaves. In fact, there's another one here, there's another one here, so it's doing really well. This one just recently moved from, it came to me in, what is it called? You know, like the fish substrate, the black, I can't remember what it's called. So I switched it to pond just now, Anthurium Silver Hope. It was doing okay once I gave it some nutrients and I started to water it more consistently, and then it went into this greenhouse. But I think it's going to do really, really well, because remember, this one didn't grow for like over a year. I've had it for a long time. It's just been sitting there. Same thing with this one over here. I just repotted it, so we're going to be watching this one as well. The begonia, the pink begonia, is just doing amazing. So is this pink snowdrop, is doing really pretty. I think this is the double dot, right? But actually they kind of look very similar. It's just that this has a lot more pink. What else is in here? The Anthurium Pappy Red has just been recently repotted into this pretty vase. So it's got leca down at the bottom, a wick, and then pawn at the top. So we're going to experiment with that, see how it does. And then back there, I have another Anthurium that was doing really well. So I decided to move it because it outgrew its pot. So I moved it into a self-watering pot, and I potted it up in a chunky Aroid mix with leca at the bottom and a little bit of perlite and vermiculite. So we'll see how that goes. So that is my update on these guys for right now. They're all doing really well. There are a couple of Hoya updates that were pretty interesting just recently. One is the Queen Madura has this little like kind of like flowering blast. I'm not really sure. I'm watching it to see if they open and see what they do. I'm kind of excited to see it, but it's pushing out new leaves consistently, like so much. Another thing I thought was really interesting is there is a, oh yeah, this one. I'll pull out the tray. I'm getting trays for these because that way I won't drop them. But this one is a silver Lacanosa, and it put out all solid pink leaves, which I thought was so cool. So I'm interested to see what they do. So there's bright pink on the backs of the leaves, and it's kind of like a white leaf. It's like an albino leaf, but there's 4 of them. It just keeps pushing them out. So it'll be interesting to see. I've never seen that happen before on a silver. And then of course the Harshkaliana is turning pink, like bright pink leaves, which I'm pretty excited about. I love how that's loving it in here. And I have a pink water propagation on this begonia that is doing really well. It's actually pushing out new leaves while it's just in propagation, which I thought was really cool. Look at how pretty these are. They're coming out like a bright pink. I don't know if you can see. It's like really dark, like almost wine burgundy pink, and then they change as they move along. So that's pretty cool. Anything else? There's a lot of stuff in here. There's a lot going on, but those were the highlights that I noticed. Lots and lots of new stuff. Like there's hot pink going on back there in the Macrorrhiza. There's hot pink edges. There's a lot of growth this summer, a lot of growth. Everything is growing so well, but I think it's because it's consistently moist. And then this little guy popped up in my prop box. I didn't even know it was in there, and I just moved him out just this morning and repotted him in some, it's kind of chunky Aroid mix with vermiculite and perlite up at the top. And I'm gonna see how he does. His leaf is curling a little bit since the repot, but that's to be expected. I'm gonna take the humidity dome off now though, because he's got a little bit of aspiration on the tip. But it's a little velvet alocasia, and he looks gorgeous. I love it when they're new. They're so cute, you know, so cute. So he's another alocasia that will eventually move down here, but like I'm running out of room. I'm gonna have to get another basket going on and like move these over, and goodness, move some of this stuff out, because like this Hoya doesn't need to be here, that Hoya doesn't need to be here, that Hoya. So we could, and the this beautiful silver sword, which I'm gonna put up for sale soon. It's so pretty. It's like a double. It's gorgeous. But the Hoyas don't need to be down here. We're gonna have probably just the Alocasia and some of the younger Monsteras down here before I move them to a outside shelf. Okay, well, that's my quick little update for right now. You guys have a great day, and I will check back in with you. Oh, wait. I can show you one more thing if you guys want to see. I just don't know if I can get up there, and there's no light. I turned the light off. Oh, you can see it. Okay, so this is the Mickey Mouse Alocasia. And do you remember we repotted this one as well? And this is doing fabulously. Now I have 2 others that I'm going to be selling, but I want to get them figured out first so that they're growing really, really well. And I'm going to repot in something like this as well, because this one is not losing leaves and it's getting ready to put out a new leaf. And then the one that we were revamping, this elephant variegated, look at that, another new leaf is coming out. So it loves its new potting environment. So if you guys want to see the video on repotting this, you will be able to see how I did that setup and see how I saved that plant, because it was doing terribly. But now all the leaves are coming out and it's looking gorgeous, and it's so easy. I don't even have to do anything to it. Just check the reservoir every once in a while and give it some nutrients. All right, once again, have a great day, and I hope you're enjoying your plants out there in Planty World. Bye.